Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Season number 42 of this West Indies rebuild 2065-66. We've just come to the end of another World Test Championships campaign. Another mid-table finish. Since that one time we made the final, it has all been Pakistan. World ratings have started to see some increase. A draw against Bangladesh was disappointing, but a draw against South Africa was quite good. Pakistan's 154 points is actually quite legendary. And out of everything that India has gone and done over the save, they are this incredible line here. Pakistan's 154 is now the biggest. Also wanted to share our record per 10 years. So season 1 to 9, 10 to 19, working our way through. We peaked at 20 to 29 with 34 series, 17 wins, 11 losses, 6 draws, 50% win percentage. We're back down in the 17%. And in terms of winning test matches, you can see here we just struggle to put back-to-back seasons together. That's essentially what's going on. We have good years and then followed by a bad year. We've never had a consistent cycle where we've dominated. And that's because generally when we've been good, we beat the bottom teams well but struggle against the top. But today we've got 3 huge series actually. We've got Australia, India and New Zealand. New Zealand, incredibly talented team, have been over 100 points way back. Oh my days, you've got to go back to season 18, the last time they weren't there. Australia slowly on the rise, have been a mid-tier team the whole time. And India are pretty much for the first time in the entire save in freefall. Also really interesting that Singh's average is now down at 45. His balls per out is just below Campbell and his strike rate is in line with Campbell. Scored less centuries. So not quite as good a player as Campbell, but what he's done, 5 double centuries. It's a quite incredible record that he's put together, 45% better than our team average. Also worth noting in terms of the best batters, Fredericks, under the radar, 3 of the last 4 seasons has put together in terms of the cricket draft rankings. He's been the best, but Maharaj in the last year, Nolan back-to-back bowling years. We didn't get an all-rounder in 2063, but Dianarini's banged it out twice. Test World Championship is going on as we speak to pick our squad. Zaidai doesn't score a century here, but he's 12 not out. They need 200 to win against this New Zealand team as we prepare to play against Australia. And Pakistan do it. They beat them by 4 wickets. It's a Ferozi with 18 not out. Test match number 21, averaging 47. Just kid can play. Just checking how he did against us. 350 is average 55. But Pakistan do it. They go back to back to back. So not much change to our team at all. We have got Bennett, who is now 37. But Singh and Fredericks are both 33. So we are looking for replacements. Holder's already 31 and we've just started floating the fish with him. Maharaj seems the natural replacement coming up to the top order when Frederick starts to go. But we are going to need some stability in the middle order. Bowling attack's relatively young. Dianarini, we've probably got a couple more years of him. We've gone for a spinner's deck. We've gone for a bowler-heavy team, giving us more seam options than sometimes we need. But we are lucky that we've won the toss and we've got a great day to bat. Yeah, it's decent. 3-7-1 is relatively good score here. John and Singh put on a really nice partnership. Top 6 actually, all partnerships throughout, which means you're going to get a very reasonable score. Kamani Joseph goes and bags Test match century number 15. When he scores runs, his conversion rate is incredible. 15 centuries, 18 50s. Dianarini with another 40, only 5 50s. But he averages nearly 24 with the bat at number 8, which adds great depth. 96 run lead. They had some really good partnerships towards the end here. Oliveira and Bryan frustrated us for 144, but Nolan 4 for 48. It was very quick towards the end. And also Vaughan 3 for 52. He's only 26 years old, but he's averaging less than 30 with the ball already in his career, an economy rate of less than 3. Solomon 25 years old, 7 wickets at 35. I'm relatively happy with what he's doing. King Julian's 29, 59 wickets at 35, 73 strike rate. It's not great, is it? Declaration comes 294 for 5. Maharaj Century, again, 111 not out here. He's now averaging 55 in Test cricket, batting out of position. We've obviously got a very talented player who's averaging 39 with 5 centuries in ODI cricket as well. Happy with where we've got to. Draw is on the cards, day 4, session 2, but it is uneven and turning, and 391 to win. Good enough to win by 159 here. Pretty happy with this. Nolan with 3. He toiled on a spinning deck. He had to work pretty hard. They didn't look like they were trying to win the game fast. And when the computer goes to more of a defensive style, it really does play into your hands. Dinarini, 3 wickets. God, I love this guy. Having a genuinely good all-rounder is so good for the soul. There we go. Decider looks a belter weather-wise. Winning the toss and batting is never a bad thing in these sorts of conditions. Also, the averages of our top 5 players is astronomical compared to where we first started the game. I am thinking about a change from King Julian. He's had 16 test matches to prove himself. 60 wickets at 36 isn't great. This year, 3 at 35. He is 29. We're going into his peak years, but then we've got young players like Thomas here. His economy rate was a lot higher, wasn't it? So maybe a stick. Don't change the winning team, Bobby. You've just got to... I lost toss. But you got a little bit of momentum going with 1 win. 315. Last wicket partnership of 22 hurt a little bit, but there was a lot of good stuff in this because they were batting really well. They had 350s, 450s from the top 6. But Dinarini and Nolan did an absolute rampage just before the second new ball was due. So we're well in the game. No longer in the game, 100 runs behind. Our batting lineup has been decimated by Parry. 21 wickets at 14, 264 at 31. Really good feeling gone. That infuriates me. They've scored at 4.5 and over. They've smashed around our attack. And then they've got the audacity to add 51 for the final wicket. So we need 5-6-6 to win on a sharp turning pitch. Oh, Jesus, wept on a bike. That is horrendous. 175 all out. They've scored 700, almost 800 runs in the game, and we could only muster about 400. We lose by 390. Split the series. Hurts the world ratings, down to 94. Hurts the Test World Championship. Interesting, in the world ratings, India are down below 100 now, and we're about to go up against them. Is this the prime opportunity to cause a big upset? Pakistan's just won the Asia T20 trophy. They won the Asia ODI trophy not that long ago. Okay, so we've got a bit of a mix of a wicket here. It's going to be half decent to bat on, but there's overcast conditions on day 2. We've picked some new players based on first class form. So Wallace, 100 wickets at 25. Ramnarine, 20 wickets, 44 wickets at 20. Both very good. It wants us to play them. I'm not going to play them both, but I think Dinarini is going to play. Holder averages 69 in first class cricket. That is outstanding. But he's played 9 domestic games. It wants us to drop King Julian, which I actually think I'm quite happy with because his return so far in Test cricket isn't all that. 61 at 37. That's not really doing much for us. So we're going to give a debut to Ramnarine. Gary variety. 44 at 20, 38 strike rate. Another strike rate bowler. Strike rate bowlers we've found can go really well or they can go really bad. So in Nolan, Vaughan and Ramnarine, it's a very young, inexperienced bowling attack. Wow, what a performance. Vaughan, 4 for 42. Ramnarine, 3 for 63 on debut. 3 for Dinarini. The Seamers roll India for 185 on day 1. 70-run lead. It wasn't going to be easy with the conditions, but overall, I don't think that's a bad effort given the conditions, given what they scored in the first innings. Everyone contributed throughout to give us a lead. Average weather, it looks pretty good to bat on. Oh my days, it's gone belly up. I was going to use a different word. Chahar with 240. What can you do? Chanceless 240. He just batted and batted and batted. Record score for him. He's had a good day out, hasn't he? We have toiled. The pitch is now turning and uneven, and we now need 436. Oh, we're 2 down in the first 4 balls. Lose by 141. That is ultimately extremely disappointing. John and Joseph put on 179, and then we didn't really do a lot. That is such a bad performance to lose that. From a good position to go and lose that as well. I'm not sure about the extra batter here. I feel we might be more beneficial with the extra bowler. And we do. We're going to bring in young Wallace for debut. 49 strike rate, 3.13 economy rate. Gives us a left armour as well. So, interested to see how that goes. Because our bowling picks haven't been great. 606 for 5 declared. It is a road, but they've battered us everywhere. Chahar with 241, so he tops his record score of 240 from the last game. He's having a season to remember, or it's just a series. Following on, 3-2-3 all out. We get some resistance. Maharaj opening the batting. Sing down the order. Nothing worked. We've got a batter less. Absolute tosh. Maharaj with 122. I think he broke the record for the fastest 100, but we've just been obliterated by India. Just terrible. If we look at records since 2024, there we go. Maharaj, 82 ball 50 against India is a record. Off we go to New Zealand. It doesn't get any easier for us at the moment. Very, very seamer-friendly conditions going on here. To the point I'm going to drop Nolan, play holder and take the extra bat into the game. Singh's going back up the order. Maharaj down the order. Just fiddling. Literally fiddling. 290. We get 100 from Maharaj again. 5 centuries from 16 games for him. 69 from Fredericks. Not a lot from anyone else. Lead by 11. We get a 5 from Vaughan. We had to fight though because their top order at one stage was 3 for 154. And we were looking like, given the conditions, we weren't going to end up in a favourable position. And they're only going to need 239. We get 100 from Frederick, 60 from John. We lose the last 10 wickets, all 10 wickets for 90 runs. Hopefully, we get a little bit of favourable conditions, but they need 239. Lose by 5 wickets, of course we do. Our bowling attack is just not very good. A sort of deck, but better conditions overall. Wallace is going to drop out for the spin option. And we finish in an absolute mess. They score 600 for 6. Barlow with 100. Ogden with 100. Reed with 100. Joseph scores 100 for us, but we've been battered. World ratings 88 points. We're almost back where we started. Test World Championship, we're right down near the bottom. If you want to know the dominance of Pakistan, they've just gone and won the T20 World Cup again, beating South Africa by 7 wickets. Getting it done, Zaidai 26. They've got some great players for us. We made the Super 8s. So that will do it for today, ladies and gentlemen. It is, I guess, yet another disappointing performance. We're going backwards, not forwards, and I'm genuinely believing whether, we play on normal mode on this, the quality of players we get through just aren't up to test quality at all. We're so far behind. We're almost half the points of Pakistan now. From a bowler perspective, we've got nothing. From a batting perspective, we've got guys averaging over 40, but there's not many that are world class, if that makes sense. And we've never been able to have a good batting team and bowling team. So we'll see you next time.